Hey, welcome everybody. How are you today? I know I'm a little late. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm here. My internet works. Everything's fine. And we have a wonderful guest tonight, Chrissie Mayr.
Hi.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Sorry, I was a little tardy.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm glad you showed up. That's
I was just waiting to the very last minute and I had to throw on makeup. Like all day I was just kind of laying around and
yeah.
I wanted to get hot for you.
So wait, you're telling me you had all day to prepare and didn't?
Something like that. I mean, I was mentally preparing and then I was like, wait, but physically you're not there yet.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. This is Chrissie Mayr. If you don't know, she is a comedian. She has a YouTube channel. I have all her stuff in the description below. You can check her out. She's quite funny. We actually just did an interview. I was on your show.
Yes, it was amazing. It was so great. I think maybe a good 40% of the interview was me talking about how you were an Abercrombie model and forcing you to show me old catalog photos. And
Technically,
then
I brought that up.
I was like, please show me your catalog.
You know, it's funny because I have on the shelf here where I have that catalog, I have like 10 other magazines with me, like in different things that I've done. There's like a
Can we see them?
Vogue magazine, W magazine. But this is an interview with you.
Oh, right.
Although based on your rules, though, 40% of the time I get to do, steer it, how I want to steer it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get into that later. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk about you, though. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows who you are. I mean, a lot of people
probably not. No.
Like who are you? Where you're from?
Who am I? Okay.
Let's talk about you.
Born and raised on Long Island. See, the accent comes up sometimes, like especially when I drink.
Only when you said that.
Then yeah, when I drink a little bit, or if I say coffee, obviously it comes out.
Oh wow, that was thick.
It's pretty thick.
Coffee, sorry,
I love coffee. Do you know of any good coffee, Adam?
Check this out.
Ooh.
I just got this today. It is the official Crigler coffee mug. I'm totally hijacking this story right now because I'm so hyped on this coffee mug. Yeah, don't you wish you were holding this mug right now?
I do wish I had that.
Right? Look at that thing. Look at it.
I think your mug, Adam, should just be like black and white photo of your abs.
My abs?
Yeah.
Well, they're not what they once were. Maybe I should work on that. But anyway, Long Island.
Yeah,
you get Long drunk, Island. The accent comes out.
From Long Island, I really thought I wanted to be a reporter when I grew up.
Okay.
So when I was a junior in college, I interned at Dateline at NBC. I was like,
Dateline.
I commuted from college to the city.
Okay.
I went to college in Fairfield, Connecticut, and I was like, I'm gonna really be a reporter. I'm gonna do it. And then I got a load of Stone Phillips, and I was like, oh, he's so boring. This is like, I just no. And
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. And then I learned that you kind of have to ship yourself out to like an Alaska or like a faraway state and then work your way back to a better market. And so I was like, oh, I don't want to do that either. So I was really like, I'm really proud of myself because at the time, I was a junior in college. I was like a child basically, but I was able to get myself an internship at Conan for the next year. Cause this is way back when Conan was still in New York.
Yeah.
And I've reached out to there was one female writer on the team there at Conan. So I reached out to her somehow and was able to get myself an internship for the next year. And that's when I kind of really fell in love with the comedy environment. I was like, oh, these are my people. Like this is, and that was like before, dick jokes were in my life. It was just being around, it was pretty appropriate, all things considered.
Yeah. Well, comedy used to be way more fun.
Oh yeah, it was tame. And I'm like, even though I'm just getting people coffee, I was like, ooh, I like getting comedy people coffee better than I like getting news people coffee. Like that's all you do as an intern.
Because they probably mess with you more, right?
Yeah. They talk to you. I mean, I remember there was a day where I touched like every meal that Conan ate, and I was like, I'm gonna make it.
Like touching the top of his burger kind of touch? Like,
not touch the
you
food,
know?
although I should have thought of that. Like poking it, like touching
Just
it.
like,
Yeah.
I physically touched all of those fries.
I would touch the bags, or I would touch like his credit card
Like
or
you brought it
something.
to him,
Yeah.
or
Oh, well, no, I could never bring it to him directly. I had to
oh,
bring
no.
it to a PA who would
Who
then
then
bring it to,
he
you
only had
have to,
approved people to carry his food to him and hand them to him.
yeah, he had many people. I was like maybe fourth in line to touch his food.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I was like, it's exciting. You learn like what his favorite gum is, what his favorite yogurt is. We have to have that
What is it?
around.
What's his
It
favorite gum?
it was who knows if it's changed
Breaking
since
news.
then. I mean, this was 2005. So who knows if his tastes have changed, but this
Maybe.
was but it was bubble gum flavored. I think like not juicy fruit, but that in that same family. He just was like
Bubblicious?
he liked bubble gum flavored
That's so
gum.
boring.
It was
Conan,
boring.
I'm a little disappointed, buddy.
And his
Like,
favorite
I
yogurt,
expected something exciting.
get ready for more boring.
Strawberry.
Stonyfield Farms vanilla was his favorite yogurt.
Now that I can't fault him on, because I love me some just really good vanilla yogurt. There's no denying some good vanilla yogurt. I got to give it to Conan on that one. All right.
Welcome to Vanilla Chat with Chrissy and Adam.
This is vanilla time with
This
Chrissy and
is
Adam.
vanilla time.
Welcome. What is your favorite yogurt? Is it vanilla? Because I love me some good
I
vanilla.
like actually frozen yogurt. I know that's a little scandalous.
Is it? Why?
Compared to regular yogurt, frozen yogurt is like, whoa.
This is yogurt time, ASMR. Talking about how much we like yogurt.
Spoons. Yeah. I'm dragging my spoon against the microphone.
Scoop yogurt.
Yeah. I like Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'll do a little bit.
They've got
I'll
some
hit that.
killer vegan like I think it's almond.
You lost me at vegan, but I hear you.
Hey, you'd be surprised. But you think vegan and ice cream? Terrible. Trust me. I'm the one who looks for it and tries different ice cream. Haagen-Dazs has got it down. They got a dairy-free yogurt or ice cream that is delicious.
I'll give it a whirl because they're a brand I trust. They use just a few ingredients.
You would never know.
Okay, good.
Seriously.
Okay, good. All right.
Maybe. I don't know.
So
now I want to know. Now I want you to go try it.
I'm getting Conan his yogurt. I'm getting him his gum. And
Cool.
I just was like, wow, I really like comedy people. And there was a writer who gave me the time of day. Everyone's very important and busy, and like mostly they can't talk to you. You're a low life college intern.
You're a pleb.
Yeah, it's like you're barely worthy of touching their coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jose Arroyo was a writer. I think he still works in comedy. He gave me a book about comedy, and like I think he signed it or something. It was so meaningful to me because I was like, oh wow, this guy like kind of gives a shit that I care about comedy, because I hadn't really had that. I hadn't really had somebody be like, what do you want to do? Yeah. You get pressure from your parents, like what they think you should do with your life. And you can't fault your parents. Like they've never been inside your skin with you. They've been living their life, And my mom's like big dream for me was to like work at a hotel. She was like,
that was her big dream.
She thought it was the most glamorous.
Rooms.
She thought the most glamorous job possible would be for me to work at a hotel, like a concierge. It's a very low bar.
Concierge,
Yeah.
I guess
Concierge.
Like a high quality, Fifth Avenue hotel could be. I don't know.
She probably thought, go work at a concierge, meet a rich guy, and then get whisked. I'm sure she had whisking in her plan for me. I think she wanted me to be whisked. Yeah,
some
for
sort
sure.
Of Abercrombie model or something.
Yes, just yes. That would have been her dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we'd go on college tours. And I'd be like, Mom, what should I major? She'd be like, look over there, the guy in the white hat. Yeah.
Look, there's a soon-to-be doctor. That's what you should major in. Like, wait, what, Mom? Huh?
My mom was like, look, Chrissy, go to college, study hard, and when you graduate, you could be anybody's assistant.
There you go.
She was like, the bar was low. But she was a secretary. So
when you have
what I mean?
low expectations, though, you don't get disappointed. right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, anything you do past that bar, and it's like, good for you, girl. You were successful. Nice,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's great.
Totally, totally. So when I graduated, I started doing improv because that's what the writers at Conan were like. If you were really, and I forget the other guy's name, Brian something with an S. He would appear a lot on like the remotes or like the bits with Conan.
Okay.
He had a big head, red hair. Probably somebody in the comments will know, but
Okay.
he too was someone who was like, do improv, do improv. So I graduated, started doing improv with UCB, and I was very much one of these people like obsessed with improv. It was like I'd go do my job. I'd,
Yeah.
whatever day job I have, I'd leave and you take a 7 o'clock improv class. And I would do that and took class after class and
This was
stay.
after the Conan year
Yeah,
that
this
you were
was like
okay.
after
Cool, cool.
college, right? And then, you get into the whole improv is like a culture. It's like a lifestyle choice. It's like
And
you
it's
just
not easy.
Oh, no, it's not easy.
It's
It's
not.
just each class is like $400 and you just keep taking them until you run out of money. And that's why it was I lived at home and I was kind of a loser. I just like
Yeah.
lived at home and spent all my money on improv classes.
Where
And
was
then
this?
the
Where
UCB
in New York?
theater in New York. Yeah,
Cool,
and I
cool.
would sit on the floor of shows and like watch like Ass Cat or I forget.
What is that? Is that a
As
person?
Cat was this show with like
Oh,
Amy Poehler, and it was like
oh, fun.
I don't know,
Before
their
she got
big
huge?
improv show. It was kind of wild. Yeah, it was like
Okay.
before Mean Girls, I think. Right, because this is like all early aughts.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I'm doing all these classes, and then I kind of I'm in this place of like, oh, maybe I could be on SNL. Because people who don't really know comedy
Mhm.
are like, oh, you could do SNL, like it's like it's
Anyone
no
can do SNL. Oh,
can't you
you're kind of
submit
funny.
can't you submit your application for
Yeah, just
SNL?
go join the show. Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
just
Yeah.
go sign up for SNL.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go do that.
Mhm.
And so SNL like wasn't happening, but which was fine. And I just was starting to find improv kind of like exhausting because you have to rent a space, you have to rent a coach, there's 6 to 8 of you, and you maybe get one show a week. And if you have like one good line, you're like, yay. But if
Yeah.
somebody like stomps over it, you're only as funny as your least funny person on your team or whatever. And
Okay, I see
so
that.
I was like, so then I kind of pivoted. I did a one woman show, which was the hardest I'd ever worked. It was like, an hour long show. I did like 6 different characters, all based off of girls I'd met in college or just like types, like
Can you
Southern
give us a
girl.
little,
Oh
yeah,
God. It
do
was
a
like,
little spiel right now? Go.
it
No?
was
Put you
so
on the spot.
long ago. I remember I played like a vegan girl character who was just like disgusted
Oh,
by
please do
everything.
that. Please,
She
show
was
us
like
that character.
she actually was like a Greta Thunberg type, now I'm looking
How
back.
dare you?
She just was like, "How dare you?" And she wore a
Yeah.
beanie and everything was just horrible. She's a terrible attitude
Okay.
because she's not getting enough meat and dick. That's usually the case. And then it was like a
Well, which one
southern
is it though, really? I mean,
I
if
mean,
you really
sometimes,
think about it.
if you're lacking both, it's very apparent.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I just did like, and that, I was rehearsing all these lines. I was rehearsing in like the drama bookshop in New York City, which is like, it's like a big kind of musical theater, well, / regular theater hub. And then, so I did that. And then I kind of had the courage to start stand up because I was so intimidated by stand up comedians and just the idea of doing it. Like, it seemed so scary to me, but I was so sick of like the improv life that I was like, let me just try this. And it was great. And it was like scary, but I also like totally fell in love. And then I really started to enjoy it because I felt like I could be myself and be honest with the crowd. Like I felt safe, like in a room full of strangers. I felt like I could more easily talk about myself with strangers than I could with family and
That's a
lifelong
superpower right
friends.
there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, because there's no stakes. You know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna hurt
Sure.
anybody's feelings.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not like you're gonna see these people
I
again.
mean, this day and age, comedy.
Oh yeah, now you get canceled over nothing. But
Yeah.
but at the time it
But
was
that's
like
cool.
it's so free. Yeah, it's the best sets are like you feel like you're flying. It
Yeah.
was great. It is great. So and I've been doing stand up now for like 10 years.
Wow.
But looking back, I realized like, oh, I was only really serious about it the last like 5 years.
What's the difference?
When you're first starting out, you're just like, you hear so many different things. You hear so much different advice. like, oh, there's a lot of little groups of people doing stand up different ways. Like there's people who are like, you got to get up 6 times a day. You embrace
Okay.
the whole like schlubby comedy life. Like you got to stay up till 2, 3 a.m. doing sets. You got to eat ramen. You got to like live with 5 roommates. You have to move to like Manhattan or Brooklyn and live with 10 people and
Ugh,
just slog, like there's almost
no.
like that lifestyle is almost glamorized by comics standing up. Like this is the hustle. I mean, you find like you have to work like, eventually you would learn to like work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
think
how many
some
comics are out there? Are you really competing with a lot of people? I feel like there
in New
would be.
York, I think you are. I think you
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
and I didn't realize it because a lot of people they come from whatever neighborhood or state. They get decent in say like a Boston or like in Austin or a Dallas, and then they
Yeah.
move to New York or LA even. But I didn't have a city to like get okay in. And for some people, they say, oh, it's harder to start in New York because you're with all these big fish. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually from Long Island. It didn't even occur to me to like start in Long Island because I
Yeah.
was going into the city to do all these improv classes. So I was just in there. And so there's the people that are like, you got to grind. And then there's people who maybe they do 1 mic a week. I mean, it was a lot different when I started even 10 years ago. Now it's like you can start by doing mics, you can do a podcast, you can do sketches. Like
True. The
people
internet.
were not as about, even though the internet was like fully a go 10 years ago, like people were not, there was
But
not
it
as much.
wasn't integrated into society as much as it is now. Now it's like a normal thing. Everyone has the internet. Everyone has a presence online,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're realizing how you can do literally anything online. Podcasting for
Yeah.
all sorts of different things, teaching, showing your opinions, being
Showing
a
your
comic.
butthole,
Sh-
everything. Yeah.
Truth. Yep. The OnlyFans is a whole new commodity out there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You can
It's
do,
ridiculous.
we can really have it all now.
We can have it all. Look what we've done in 2021. This was the year that all of those old future movies were saying this was when flying cars would be.
It does
Good
seem like
job,
a
humanity.
very futuristic looking year. Like you look at the number and you're like,
Gosh.
it doesn't feel like we're there yet.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't feel like we're definitely going backwards.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
no.
Like race relation wise, worse than the 90s.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that's we could steer into that conversation. I don't want to go there. I don't
Okay.
want to
Let's
go there.
not.
I
Let's
think you're
keep it
right.
fun.
Look, I think you're right. I agree with you. It's terrible, but my goodness, I'm so over it. Aren't you? Aren't
I
you
am a
sick of
little
it?
over it. Yeah. I sometimes like, I'll even probably listen to this tomorrow and be like, I'm really sick of my voice. I gotta shut up. Like I say the same shit over and over again. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
anybody listening? Does anyone care? Like,
No, no one cares.
yeah, people have, I think, generally made up their minds on things.
Yeah, yeah. It's true.
But I don't know. I
I
I
think
remember like 4 years ago, I was a totally different person. So,
how so?
oh God, I remember, and my boyfriend loves this story, but I was like, we were in bed, and I for some reason asked him like, if you gun to your head, if you had to vote for Hillary or Trump, who would you vote for? And I was like, you have to pick one. And he was voting for the Libertarian. And I was like, you have to pick one. And he was like, if I had to pick one, I would vote for Trump. And I harumphed so hard with the sheet, took the sheets over,
Oh,
went to
jeez.
went to bed so mad,
With the hypothetical question.
could not believe that the hypothetical, gun to his head question resulted in Trump. And I was like mad for like a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And
Go
that,
on.
oh God. And I just was like so dumb. Like I don't know. And now I'm just like, oh wow, Trump's not that bad, and and more,
So
and
wait,
so much more.
did you?
And
Are you saying you voted for him?
I did vote for him. That's right.
That is a
That's right,
change.
everyone. Oh
That's a
yeah.
big change. Wow.
Yeah.
What happened there? When did that change?
And in 2016, I voted for Jill Stein just because I had no clue. I just was like, I don't like either one. I'm gonna just throw my vote away. I'm just, yeah.
Yep.
Oh God, what changed? Like, I think just the cracks started showing, and then I just like looked into them. A lot of little red pills.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
it was meeting and talking to Larry Sharp who
Okay.
in 2018 ran for governor of New York. And I had never really like met a libertarian, like touched one, felt one, been around, you
Yeah.
hear stories about libertarians.
Yeah.
No, but
Feel them out.
I
What
was
they
like, oh,
really
he's like
are.
a real guy I could talk to, chill with, have a beer with, but also like very smart and explain things in a good way. And more I talked to him, the more I was like, oh God, I feel like maybe I'm leaning towards more what these guys are up to, because and I still feel like I struggle with like what am I?
Yeah.
But I'm probably somewhere between like classical liberal, and on some things perhaps leaning more libertarian. But he kind of like,
Libertarian.
well,
Is
I'm a
that a thing? Is
libertarian.
that word? Is that a thing? I've never
That's a
heard it
new
before,
group.
but it feels like I would be part of that group too because I still have some liberal values. I voted for Trump. A lot of people obviously know that it was one of the biggest moments of my 2020 was me admitting that, you know what, I'm going to vote for Trump.
You came out.
And
Yeah.
everyone was like, former liberal votes for Trump. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why is this such a big deal? Like,
You're like you
okay.
and millions of others.
Right,
Big
exactly.
deal. Yeah.
But I'm not really a Republican. I'm, or conservative with all of their values. I feel more libertarian and like I still have some liberalness. So libertarian, I kind of dig that. I think that's what I am. I officially declaring myself a libertarian because
I
I
like
I
it.
like that vibe. Yeah.
A libertarian vegetarian.
Vegan.
A
Yeah.
lagitarian.
Well, I don't eat eggs or
I thought you could say you
dairy.
don't eat veg.
Oh no, I
I'm about
do.
to hang up.
All right, we're steering back in a different direction.
We're
Okay,
steering
so
back.
my goodness. No, I said I'm vegan, and that has not that's vegan, so we're good. We're good there.
Were you a vegetarian at first and then you were like, let me go all the way?
Yeah, I definitely took it was the longest to let go of cheese. I love cheese.
Oh,
Cheese is so
cheese.
good. Just so
Yeah.
good. But I mean, there's cheese that's I mean, vegan cheese is delicious. I it melts. I don't even think about being vegan. People point it out to me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm vegan. I forgot." Because I don't think about it. I don't try to push it on others. It's just something that I just cook a certain way. I shop for certain foods that I eat now, and I don't think about it. It doesn't dawn on me until someone's like, "Oh, you're a vegan," and I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah,
If you
sure.
couldn't tell by
Okay.
my long hair and my
And
scrunchie, yes.
yeah, I got I got my hair down today. Yeah. This is, I like scrunchies. Scrunchies are where it's at. I don't like those like small hair ties because they pull at your hair.
Oh yeah, I have
I'm a
ones that like
scrunchie
are
guy.
curly, like an old school telephone cord. Like those are okay.
Oh yeah,
But
they can be. They can be.
and then I have
Some are
these
too small.
that are rubber, which are like
Uh-huh.
supposed to hold, but then you pull them out and you always like pull out. Like
I
your
hate
hair
that.
always rips
Uh,
on them.
yeah,
So I'll
gotta
use
have these.
these. I'll cover chips with this.
Oh, nice. There you go.
But
I
I
got
get
these. Go ahead.
I get you being a vegan because milk is like really not that good for you. Like human beings have
Not
not evolved to process milk, and like folks that are like gassy, bloated, you have digestive problems, you have inflammation, like a lot of that
overweight.
overweight, a lot of that comes back to
Mhm.
dairy. And it's
Yo,
like just
I'm
try cutting it
just a
out for
point.
a month, see how you feel.
Yo, no joke. I mean, dairy, cow milk is for baby cows to turn them into little tiny mammals into huge fat cows.
You're supposed to
That's
make
what it's
you
for.
a 2,000 pound. How I don't know how much do they weigh?
I don't
Turns
want to
you
be a
into
cow. I'm not
hundreds
a
of
cow.
pounds.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. And look, if you want to have milk, I don't care. I don't care. Before all people start freaking out about, well, I love milk. Milk is great. Like, cool, great, good for you all. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me right now.
Yeah.
People get so triggered.
But it's
It's
like
the day and age. They get triggered.
I do love Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and
That's
like,
fine. That's
but
cool.
like I think if you can get yourself away, like if you're still eating cereal with milk, like that can go. That's not you're not gonna miss anything. I
Yeah.
think just like mindless milk drinking is like really unnecessary. Like a little half and half in your coffee, okay, fine. But it's like you don't need to have like a milkshake. Like cutting that stuff out, I think really helps you feel better.
Moderation, right? Dairy is in almost everything. Almost everything. It was crazy when I finally cut out dairy, and then I was like shopping, and I'm like, oh yeah, wait, I should check. Dairy? All right, dairy. Wow, dairy. And I found out, because you don't really realize what is in things, but I started
Yeah.
reading ingredients. Now I read ingredients now. I'm starting to, well, I'm not starting to. I've been reading ingredients for a long time, and it's crazy how much dairy is in stuff and meat is in stuff,
And
Like,
whey, right? Like whey is a dairy
yep.
product.
Yep. And casein, which is the addictive part. I mean, it is literally addictive because the nature developed it that way so that the cows want to continue to have it so that they will succeed and get big and strong and also very fat, big
Yeah.
cows. Like the bigger the cow, like if they don't consume the milk, they don't grow because it's specifically designed to have a baby calf grow into a full cow. It's like, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm good. I'm good. Like
Supposedly
I'm
goat
good.
milk is better for you than cow's milk.
Yeah. Well, but my argument
It's
is,
harder
it's
to
like,
get.
look, it's 2021. Like, we don't need that stuff. We're not living off a farm where, you have to grow all of your own food and, grow have your pig pen, and that every so often you are able to have a pig, and like it's a big festivity and then you have your cows that you milk because the body needs a certain amount of stuff. Well, we don't need that. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, I'm good. I go to the store and I have every different product that I would want for any meal that you like, and I don't have to have meat or dairy. And
I would like a pig as a pet. You ever seen a micro
dude,
pig?
they're so cute.
They're so cute.
Yes, pigs are awesome and they're smart. They can play video games.
What?
I'm not joking. They've trained pigs to play video games
Wow.
with a little snout thing. They're like playing.
Like a pig playing Minecraft.
Well, not that level. You got to be at least, I don't know.
You're talking about like Qbert? Like what can they play? Can they play
Okay,
Pong?
now the game is move the dot to the side of the screen that has the red on it, and they'll get a treat.
Okay.
It's not a very fun game. It's a very basic game, but they taught the pig how to play it. So they go right to where the line is. So they know how to move the dot. They're recognizing that they are in control of the dot on the screen, and then they move it to the side that, gives them the treat. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You ever play Untitled Goose Game?
I saw Tim Pool playing it,
Oh shit.
and he
It's
was
so
obsessed
fun.
with it.
It's
He was like,
so
dude, you got to play this game. And I'm like, what is this?
it's
And
so
he's like, dude,
silly.
watch this. I'm going to steal this old woman's broom. And I'm like, what is this game?
Yeah, you take your little goose mouth and you just
Yeah.
like you pull things out of people's pockets. The best is like, oh, they give you so many funny little tasks, like, and they're kind of obscure. It's like get someone to buy their own property, and then you're like, what the fuck? And then you have to figure out what that is. So there's like a little boy that has like a little
Sorry,
paper
YouTube.
airplane.
Sorry,
Am I
YouTube.
ruining it?
No, if you could just try to hold back on the
Oh,
swearing.
am I cursing?
We're
Oops.
a family-friendly show.
Oh
Sorry, everybody
no.
out there, but that's
Sorry,
okay.
I'm so
Please continue.
sorry. I'm
Please
such a
continue about the duck.
dirty girl. So as a goose, you take the kid's little plane and then you put it over on the table to where there's
Yeah.
like the yard sale, and then I guess there's confusion, and then
Someone would come and buy it.
the kid has to buy his own plane back. He can't just
Oh,
say
that's
to the
brutal.
lady, look, there's a goose that's after me. He's screwing up my
The
life.
goose stole it from me and put it on your table, and
Mhm.
it's actually mine. That's funny.
And you get to
Funny
like
enough,
trap the woman in the garage. It's like pretty amazing.
it's weird that those are the things that you're telling me, because I only saw Tim play this for maybe 10 minutes, and that's literally what he did. He was like, yo, check this out. I could steal this kid's plane, put it on the table. So I actually watched that part of that game because that's where he was at that moment. And then he trapped her in the garage, and I was just like, all right, this is a game. This is a successful game.
Yeah,
Even you played it. All
you
right.
can goose people. You
Yeah.
can yeah, they're pretty like they're naughty. They're just like getting into trouble, dropping
do
things in the
you play
river.
games? Are you a
I am
gamer?
not a gamer. I
Okay.
like to play I play Among Us on my phone.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun game, Among Us.
Well, my light is possessed. It just
Yeah, what's
sometimes
up with that?
turns on and off. I don't know. Yeah. It's definitely possessed. I don't know. Because the
Sus.
dial broke.
The lamp is sus.
The lamp is sus. Yeah, I love Among Us. I really like being a crewmate. I know most people love to be the imposter, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's fun because I just don't like conflict. I kind of just
Okay.
try to
You're like, let's try to be successful in doing all the tasks.
I love doing the tasks. Yeah, I'll do tasks as a ghost, the
Oh
whole
yeah, I
thing.
forgot you can do that. I've only
Mhm.
played maybe a handful of times, 5 times, and I've never been the imposter, so I don't even know
Wow,
what
you
it's
don't even
like.
know.
I don't even know. I've always won, right? I've always been have been killed, but my team has successfully figured out who they are. So
Wow.
it's, it's a fun game though. I enjoy it. I would like to get some sort of I actually have some people that I game with. I stream on Twitch, and they want to play Among Us. I guess there's a mod that you can get that instead of having to type, you talk with everyone, and then once you get killed, you get kind of taken out and put into a separate thing that only the imposter can hear you. So you
What?
can like yell at the imposter, like, "Oh, I knew it was you! Like you did it!" Oh,
How dare
and
you?
that sounds like a lot of fun of way of playing that game.
That does sound like fun. Yeah, do you have one of those like high back like racing type gamer chairs?
No, those are actually very uncomfortable. I do have one for my guests because I don't care about my guests' comfort, so they can. No, I'm just kidding, but it's true. It is not as comfortable. I have an official office chair that's designed for sitting on, for all day long, which I
Mhm.
do. I tend to sit on my desk and research and read the news. I got my widescreen. This is where I game too.
Ooh.
I got my PS5 back here. You can't see it, but
Is that the
what do you
new one?
it is, yeah. It's the new
How
PlayStation
is it
5.
different than the other ones?
Well, first and foremost, I would say is this right here. This is the controller for it, and
Looks like every other controller.
it does until you play with it because it's the triggers in the back and the way that the rumble works. It has actual like feedback. So depending on what you're doing, for example, Call of Duty, I've been playing a lot, and each different gun has a different trigger pull and a different like weight ratio to like even just pick it up and aim it. So the immersion that brings is incredible. Like the trigger pull of like a small SMG versus like a big heavy gun, you have to like pull the trigger down
Hmm.
and like it adds a really cool element to the game.
You know what's
So
cooler than that? Shooting a
what?
real gun.
Which I have done. We actually do in
Okay.
the backyard. It
Well,
is
there you
it is
go.
actually quite fun. So, what do you think about AOC playing Among Us? You know
Is
about
she
that whole thing,
really?
right? Oh, you don't know about her Twitch twitching?
No. She's spent her whole life as an imposter, so she's probably pretty good at it.
Nice. There it is. It's true.
Sus. Yeah.
I agree with that. No, she uses her platform to try to manipulate kids.
She's
That's what I
great at
feel.
it. She's
That's
so
what I
good at
think
it.
she's doing.
She is doing a great job at exactly what she was chosen and formed to
Yep.
be.
Yep, exactly.
She's from
She
like a really well-off town in Westchester.
Oh, is
Like I
she?
don't I don't buy the whole like bartender thing. No.
I was just a bartender. Yeah, okay, cool, but your
Really
family
make
was
me
well
a
off?
redheaded slut right now. I don't think she would know what to do. Like a real
Is that a
bar
drink? I
drink.
don't I
Yeah,
don't know. Oh, okay.
it's
What is that?
my
Is that your go-to?
I
Like,
just
"I'll
picked
take a
like
redheaded slut."
just like I picked like the most trashy like, you know,
Oh, you
I
just
think
you just like the name of the drink and
I
like
do.
ordering it, and then it's a test too. What kind of bartender are you?
Right.
You know what this is? Oh, you do? Oh, no, I'll just take a beer. Is that what you
Yeah.
do, or do you drink it?
I drink at all sorts of terrible places. Yeah, some every once in a while I like to go somewhere with like a nice cocktail list. Like
Okay.
but then it's like how many $14 cocktails are you really going to throw back, you know? So, it's interesting because I used to work at the Patriot in New York City, and it was my
Okay.
first bartending job ever. There was a chalkboard sign outside that said, "Shameless Saturday Night Sluts Wanted," and I was like, I think this is
You're
the
like, "I
place for
got this."
me. I was like, I don't think these guys require much experience. And it was kind of like a budget like Coyote Ugly. In fact, the guy who owned Coyote Ugly also owned this place.
Oh, okay.
And he was like this big fat, disgusting man. Like you would look at his hands and they were like so bloated. You ever meet somebody who's just like
Sausage fingers.
just so unwell, so
Yeah.
like just so much wrong, but like sweaty and big and everything's like fat and sweating and his like so many chins and
Sure.
but a millionaire. This guy owned Yogi's, Coyote Ugly, like so many popular bars in New York City. And I remember he would come at closing and drink, have or whatever, I forget whatever whiskey he liked. And then so he'd be drinking at the bar, and then we'd go downstairs to like close up or hook up the kegs or like whatever we were doing that would take so long to close up the bar. Then we would come back upstairs. He would be passed out, laying on the ground. And then the night guy would just be mopping around him.
Around him. Jeez.
Like this happens all the time.
Hey, he's living his best life.
I'm like, what do we do? Do we leave him? And then whoever I was with was like, no, the morning girl will check on him. Like, what? She comes in at 10. Just let him lay
good.
on.
It's his place. Whatever.
So whatever millionaires live different lives, I learned.
Yep. Yes, they do, don't they? Did you watch the Meghan Markle interview?
No, but I've seen recaps. I feel like I know what it's about without watching it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. I've seen clips and I just don't care. I don't.
Are they setting up a GoFundMe? They seem like they're in really poor shape.
No,
they're fine. Of course,
he's worth like 50 million.
Yeah.
She's worth like 2 million. It's like, come on, get out of here with that.
Their pool has a pool. It's hard to feel bad. It's like, you're fine.
The pool has a pool.
The pool has a pool.
That's a good view.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I think
want to swim in.
And I'm so suspect of any kind of celebrity collaboration. I'm just like, well, what are her and Oprah up to? Like, I just feel like nothing happens just because of an interview. It's like something's being planned, like maybe
it's just a distraction because of the whole Epstein connection with the family. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. I think
for
people are
sure
focusing on that part, and that's pretty damning.
Prince Andrew was eating cereal out of some girl's butthole, and they're like, they don't want to talk about that.
Well, I don't know the details, but supposedly
it was Captain Crunch. No.
And details are breaking news. It was Captain Crunch. And we already said earlier, you let go of eating the cereal with
you don't need all that milk. Just eat it out of a butthole, like Prince Andrew.
Oh my God.
I didn't say the F word.
But was there milk or was it? Oh no.
Hey.
Milk enema. Wait, no.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. That's a distraction. It's like, oh, poor Meghan. She's so strong. They want to compare her to like Diana. It's like, no.
Or they do, or she does?
They people, and she does too. It's like she came from fame. Like she was like out at the clubs like all the time. Either she was gonna like get with Harry or get with some other like really rich dude. I think like Diana more so was less in like the social circles. But what the hell do I know?
Well, supposedly she like begged to have that. I don't know what the tabloids do an article about her to try to get her name like further into like the tabloid to make herself more famous. And it's like she did that to herself. They didn't like just do it and be like she got someone to like get them to come like interview her. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're grifting off the royal family. Like she's a grifter. Because who is she? I don't even know who she is. Why is she? Why do I even need to know her name?
She held a briefcase on what's that show? Was it like something millionaire? Like
seriously,
I forget what her name. She was one of those girls that like held a briefcase in one of those reality shows. Like that was her thing.
Really?
Yes.
The one where you guess what is the name of that show? Chat. What's the name of that show?
It's like
there's that show that
there's a number in the briefcase, and then you open it, behold, and then it says $0 or $10. I don't know, but that was her job. That was her job before.
Oh man, what is
Prince
that
Harry?
Show? Yeah, right. That was your job before taking all of Harry's guns away. Deal or no deal?
Yes,
there it is.
No deal.
Thank you, Chat. Chat is the best. I love it.
Love you, Chat.
Deal or no deal? Yeah. Do you want to take this one, or do you want to just take what you want, or take what you got? It reminds me of this game, Destiny 2. There's at the end of this one raid. I know this is totally sidebar, but it's the same kind of room where they have all these chests, and only 2 out of like the 30 chests have a chance to give you this epic weapon, and it's
Ooh.
one of the exotics in the game. The only way to get it is through one of those chests, so you have to get lucky to open it. And
I could show
I
you a
got it.
lucky chest.
I got it. Hey yo, calm down, girl. Calm down. I'm married.
I'm just kidding. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. There's no getting through this. It's no zipper.
Good for you. Good for you. Good wall there. Yeah. So yeah, what are you doing now? What's
Oh yeah, we're talking about
what's your
my
gig?
comedy career.
Yeah, well,
So
kinda ish. We're weaving around it, but that's fun. Yeah.
yeah,
So tell us
and
what you're up to. What you doing now? You
so
still doing
now
comedy?
I'm doing a tour, a multiple city tour. It's actually called the Domestic Terrorist Tour
Okay.
because there's
Domestic terrorist.
yes, because there's so many dumb people on the internet who think just because you were in DC on January 6th means you were part of the insurrection.
Just
People are
because
dumb.
if you were in DC.
Yeah. People don't know the difference between like being at an event, covering it, doing interviews, and trying to like crack
Yeah.
open a window.
Yeah, it's
People are
all the
dumb.
same now.
But anyway, it's like that's what the clowns and the people who don't like you are always gonna like,
Always.
use something
Always.
against you. Whatever. I'm not a victim. Anyway, Domestic Terrorist Tour. So many wonderful dates coming up. Morris Plains, New Jersey. And a lot of these shows are comedians of the Compound shows.
Okay.
I'll do with my friend Aaron Berg and Gino Bisconti, all the other comedians at Compound Media. And then I'm headlining the Boca Black Box Theater April 30th. And then May 1st is the Lake Park Black Box Theater in Palm Beach, Florida. May 2nd is Side Splitters. And then May 9th, Oklahoma City is the Bricktown. And then May 14th and 15th is Austin, Texas. That's Comedians of the Compound too.
Cool.
And then Zany's in Nashville on the 18th, Stand Up Live in Huntsville, Alabama, the 19th, and then Hilarities in Cleveland on June 3rd. And I think I'm actually going to be in Wilmington, Delaware, a little earlier in April too. I think the 23rd and 24th. It's called the House of Laughs with two Fs. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be like touring again because I had this big tour for last year. It was going to be like March through May. I did the first date in LA and then like everything shut down.
Yeah.
Like, you were there. So
I saw everything locked down. Yeah, how was that too? I mean, like how did that go? Like what did you do with yourself? Like, obviously
I masturbated. No, it was good. I mean, it was actually a really nice break because that is when I started my podcast last January, but it was just like a once a weeker. And then the lockdown happened.
Before the lockdown.
Yeah, but I really cranked it up during the lockdown. I decided in May that I was going to go 4 times a week.
Nice.
And I've kept it up since then. And then I love it. And it's allowed me to talk to like so many interesting people and like former Abercrombie models, like just the most interesting folks.
How'd you get that guy?
Sheer luck, I just send a lot of nudes.
You just did Tara Reid was on your show. You got cat turd, famous Twitter cat turd.
Cat turd
cool.
That was great. I had no idea I did not expect him to be like a man with a Southern accent. I didn't know what I expected, but
yeah, what to do, right?
Yeah. And
cool.
the whole time I was like, not sneakily trying to get him to reveal himself, but he'd be like, oh, I was part of this band in the 80s. And I'm like, oh, which one? He's such a mysterious guy. Yeah.
Well, because it's a cat with, a cat turd. He's kind of famous on the Twitter work,
Trump retweeted him. He's like, I think he's got a lot of high caliber people in his DMs, but he's not bragging about it. And he was raised poor, which I think gives people a lot of character.
True.
Like I thought I was raised poor, and then I realized it's just Long Island poor, which means no pool, no maid.
But you had a nice upbringing, and life was good.
Life was good. Yeah. I mean, my dad threw a chair at me once. Other than that, it was great. He missed. Anyway, more dates now.
Anyway, back to who else have you done? You've been doing this podcast over a year now.
The podcast has been great.
It's great.
Probably biggest guest was Roger Stone.
Cool. Wow, I didn't know you had Roger Stone on. Nice.
Probably biggest guest that people dislike, like Ann Coulter, Gavin McInnes.
Wow, you had some big names so far.
Cernovich.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cernovich was probably like my first bigger guest. And I was like, oh, wow. I still feel that way. There's still like
Yeah, he's a
I
big
still have
player.
that oh wow feeling, like, oh my god,
Yeah, yeah.
talking
That's
to
cool.
people that I love and I bring so much meaning into the world and like are so smart. But it's good. I like having kind of like regular conversations with people, and it's been such a blessing. Like I wouldn't have like really gotten so deep into this podcast if it weren't for the pandemic. So in a
Yeah.
way, it's good. And as far as stand up went, there were throughout this last spring and summer, there were like backyard shows, a lot of secret shows because like comedy's been like illegal in New York this whole time in Jersey. So we just have to be sneaky about it and
Yeah.
like, oh, it's called a podcast recording or it's called it's golf or
Yeah.
it's a dinner.
It's
So
golf. That's
yeah.
funny.
Do you
So
like
how was
comedy?
I love comedy. I actually tried I had my hand in improv as well. I did,
Ooh.
in Chicago, there's this place called Second City. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you
Mhm.
have because 'cause you're in the improv world, and, I used to go down with a couple of my buddies, and we would there was I think they did like a anyone can kind of walk up on stage, when they were like, "Hey, who wants to come on up?" And everyone would they'd be like, "All right, you and you," and then they would pick people, and a couple times I got up on stage and just made a fool of myself, but it was fun. It's exhilarating to be on stage, and this was before I actually was a musician
Oh,
and
wow.
learned to love being on stage because that came in my early 20s, and this was my late teens.
Oh, you were a
Eight I
baby.
was like 18 doing this, and 19. I don't even know if I was allowed to even go into this place because there was a bar, but I mean, this was, I mean, 19, no, when was this? Like 2002, 2003, like bartender or there was no bouncers at every door back then, like
Yeah.
it felt like a different time. You only got asked ID when at the bar if the bartender was like,
Yeah.
you look a little young. Like, let me see your ID. So, but I had fun. It was a lot of fun, and I was terrible at it, and I didn't make anyone laugh.
Do you remember, like, what games you
That's what I
played, or do
remember.
you remember what they had you do?
Um, yeah, one thing that sticks out is I was supposed to be drunk, and like everyone there was a card that you would pull, and it was like, you had to be drunk and in the middle of the day or something, and like
Sounds
that
easy.
was it was
I was
it was
I was
easy.
that earlier today. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No wonder you were late. Um,
Hello.
no, but it was fun, and I remember it being a lot harder because I was sitting there watching people and laughing and thinking it was fun and looked easy. Like I could do this. Like, sure, yeah, why not? And then I found myself on stage, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is way more difficult. And I don't know. It wasn't. I thought it would have been smoother, and I'm glad I didn't have to see it. I'm glad no one recorded it because I was a nobody. And yeah, it was funny.
It's tricky because I remember when I started improv, it's like you think you have to be funny and you have to like muscle it in a way, but really it's like it teaches you to just listen and be in the present moment and like react honestly,
Yeah.
which is so hard because if you have that performer instinct, it's like you're used to like putting it on,
Yeah.
being extra. So improv is nice at like stripping that away. And of course, if you have a talent for like animal.
Well, if you have a talent for animals, what? No, you froze.
Oh, I
So
froze. I
you're
meant animal
okay.
sounds, like animal
Oh, if you have a
noises.
talent for animal sounds, okay, we got you have a talent for animal, and then you
Oh,
cut and
no.
froze, so we weren't sure what you said. But
I have a faulty wire over here, and, the new one is on its
always
way.
blame it on the
I
faulty
have to, like,
wire.
be still, and then if the
Mhm.
dog comes in, like, she'll kick it out because 'cause
Ah.
she'll just be like, I love you," and I'm like, "Get out, you're gonna ruin it."
Get out of my podcast space. Goodness.
Aw, but I love her so much. Her name's Muffin.
Yeah, I got to meet her, when I was
Oh,
doing your
yeah.
interview, on your show,
She's the
and that was,
best.
yeah, she's a cute little dog.
Do you have any
How
animal?
I d technically, no. Oh, did I just lose her? And the dog came in at that moment. It was at that moment that the dog came in and told her how much she loved her while booting out the wire.
Here, I'm here,
And
here, here, I'm here.
was that your dog? Did your dog run in and say, I love you," and knock the cord out?
I think because I spoke its name, I spoke its the wire's name. It was like,
Mhm.
"Don't
The wire
speak
was
of
like,
me."
"F you, man. I'm
It's
out of here."
it's old and it's crusty and it's like I'm in a basement and the Wi-Fi is not on point, so you have to use like this wire
Oh,
to
okay, okay.
connect into the wall.
Oh, well, at least it works.
I'm just gonna be still and not, yeah.
Yeah, don't move, don't touch anything. So as far as me having animal, I don't, but so we moved to this new spot, and we have, Tim's compound. It's this property is huge. It's awesome. I have my own, like, my own section of the house. It's
You
the
have a
in-law suite.
wing?
It's yeah,
Ooh.
my own wing, basically. It's great. I don't see anyone over there. I have my own kitchen, my everything over here. It's
Wow. I would love
fantastic.
to see a little MTV Crib tour.
You know what? We should do that. I should tell Tim, like, dude. Well, we're still the house is still like getting in order, So maybe once it's done, we'll do that. But so there's a wild cat that lives on the property that is one of the coolest cats I've ever met.
It's a cool cat.
I'm not joking. He
Cool
is
cat and
he is
kitten.
such a cool cat. Like, he hangs out in our house now. Well, in my area anyway. I call it, like, my spot.
By
And
wildcat, do you mean like a lynx?
no, no, no. So he was born at the neighbor's house, and his brother was adopted by the people that actually lived in this house before we moved in. And I guess the neighbor took him in for a year, and then they got a dog, and the cat started peeing everywhere. So they're like, "Well, you can live outside," and because he came and went anyway. So he never was inside anymore, and they lived outside for 4 years, and then we moved in, and we met him, and he is just super cuddly, lets you just pet him, like, he's just like, "Yeah, pet me,
Aw.
like, I love you, like, this is great." And, now he has his own little bed in our apartment, and he comes and goes. He'll
Aw.
show up at the door like, "I'm ready to come in now, sir. Could you open the door for me?" And he really is a little prince. His name is Osiris. Yeah, Nisha named him
Ooh, what a
Osiris.
fancy name.
Yeah, he's very cool.
But
He's a cool cat.
cats like low key think they're better than everybody else, whereas dogs are like, "Hey man, like I'm
I
so
could
happy
see
to
that.
be here," you know?
Well, I mean, pack animals versus, like, dogs are pack animals, so they're all about the pack. So comparing cats and dogs, I think, is a problem because they're just totally different types of animals.
It's true.
Sure, they're both carnivores, but cats are like hunters that stalk their prey, where dogs are, they're packs that they hunt together, and it's all about the camaraderie of, like, you're in my pack. So if
Mhm.
you have a dog, you're the pack leader. So
Ooh.
it's like your dog comes to you and, like, I love you so much because you're your dog's pack leader, right?
I hope
So
so. I hope she
yeah,
likes me the best.
yeah, cats are just, they do their own thing. Just like him. I mean, he comes and goes. He'll go sit by the door like, "I'm ready to leave now." I'm like, "All right, goodbye, Prince Osiris." It basically is Prince Osiris.
Like I'll
Yeah.
pet a cat, like
Mhm.
I won't reject a cat, but I don't know. I wouldn't like go at him. I wouldn't cross the street to pet a cat the way I would for a dog.
Okay. That's sure. Thanks for that.
You're like, that's fine.
Breaking news: she prefers dogs over cats. All right, and all right, let's get into some super chats. There's a lot of coming in. I appreciate you all for supporting. If you do want to support too, you can find all of my stuff in the description below, all my media, and definitely all of hers. I got her YouTube channel, your Twitter. What else anything else? You actually had a website that I put down there
Oh
too
yeah,
that you had in your Twitter.
ChrissieMayer.com
Oh, I
where
didn't
you
even
can
put that in there.
where you can find ticket links to shows and such.
ChrissieMayer.com. Okay, let me add that
Mhm.
real quick.
I'm also on Parlor and I just joined Clubhouse.
Oh, Clubhouse is fun.
Yeah, it's like a free for all.
Yeah, it really is, and it's also really ridiculous there sometimes. People go crazy, and people can't handle differing opinions. You're not allowed to think differently than the way I think, and if you do, then you're terrible.
Sounds like
Ugh.
the comedy world. Yeah.
Is that how it is? Yeah,
Oh
basically,
yeah.
right? Comedy's dying. George Carlin, we miss you.
I think
Let's
it'll
see.
come back.
I think so too. I think people are fed up with all this PC stuff. Robert Weil says, "I have a late birthday gift for you on the way to my house. It's not much, but it's all I can afford. Hope you like it. and it has to do with space. Be blessed. Thank you, Robert. That's very nice of you.
Ooh, maybe he got you an alien.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that would be cool. I like aliens. Thank you. Thank
What
you
kind
very
of
much.
alien would you want?
What kind of alien would I want? Now, want in like an artificial real alien, or like a real alien that I get to meet? Like
A
what?
real alien you get to meet.
One that I can have a conversation with.
Okay, so species
That's it.
doesn't matter to you.
Nah, if I can have a conversation and ask it questions and find out more about it in like some sort of communicative way, that would be ideal. Like if I'm going to meet an alien, as long as I can communicate and somehow we can like understand each other, that would be ideal, right? Because if you can't, then it's an alien. Now
Right.
what? Now what? And I don't want to dissect it or like to understand its anatomy, to like see how it lives in whatever environment it lives in. I would want to communicate with it. So that would be it right there for me. Angleby says, Adam the bird watcher Crigler. Oh yeah. So do you know about Birdwatch on Twitter?
No, I love
Look,
birds though.
yeah, it's not kind of what you think it is. It's so Twitter, the little bird. So
Yeah.
they've got this thing called Birdwatch, and I actually I wanted to see if they would accept me into the program. I didn't think they would. I did it as a joke. I applied just to see if they'd accept me, and they did. And what it is they have
Oh, I think I know what this
regular
is.
people. Anyone in Twitter can apply to be a bird watcher, and you can then basically fact check tweets. You can go, this tweet is misleading. This tweet is not misleading. This is clearly satire, but it's presenting
Wow.
itself as not satire. I mean, the list goes on.
So a hall monitor.
Yes. And so I am officially a bird watcher.
Wow.
I'm honestly, I feel like I need to be one because there's gonna be these Karens on the left that are like, down with any conservative message. They're pushing fake news, where I do research all the time. So I am actually going to be doing, like, if I see people, attacking a tweet, you know what? I'll check that tweet out. And I was like, if I find it accurate, I'm going to do the counter narrative because I feel like
Wow.
someone
Good for
has to
you.
do that, So
Yeah.
that's where my head's at with that.
Maybe I'll be a bird watcher too. Do you get a sash or something?
No, I wish I wish you did. Shucks, no sash. I should go complain. Let's see. I'm gonna start a bird watcher union to get, they're gonna have to pay us union dues. Versified says Washington Post put a fake news article on you, and now Daily Beast is attempting to dox Tim Pool. WTF is going on with these unhinged journalists? I'll tell you right now what it is. You ready for this?
Crazy.
Donald Trump is gone,
and they need a hit of something.
You're like,
yeah.
Who do we write puff pieces on? Who do we attack? Who's the enemy? Who can we blame things on?
Who's left?
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's pretty ridiculous. Mark G says, okay, so when's Nerdrotic and that Star Wars girl coming on? You've had almost half the peeps on from the quartering stream you were on 3 weeks ago. That was a lot of fun.
That was so fun.
That was a lot of fun. And good question. I mean, I did meet they were all really cool. We actually had a side chat, because with StreamYard, you have like the main chat that you can see everyone's like chats talking, but we also have like a private chat.
Yeah.
And people were chatting in there, and I was like, hey, it was really great to meet all of you guys. Really cool. You're all more than welcome to come on my show. And yeah, I guess we've just been I've been doing the rounds of people that were on the quartering show, and shout out to the quartering, because he was the first person to reach out to me and have me on his show after I started doing my own thing, and it was really cool. So he's always been very supportive of me, and I want to support him too. He's got a great channel.
Yeah, people were trying to cancel him recently. Like he was like a sneeze away from being deplatformed.
Yeah, they were really coming after him hard. I mean, they do anyway, and he does kind of push the envelope because he calls people out, which is what I like about him. He's calling people out for being rude and
twats.
double standards, and the hypocrisy that is clear in so many different ways. Like the whole Disney thing, canceling Gina Carano is one of the biggest things, because no, there's dead silence on the fact that China just said, if you're part of the LGBTQ, you have mental issues. Like that's China's new standpoint. They just said that.
Wow.
And it's like, where's the media outrage? Like, why aren't people freaking out that Disney Plus is like, that's okay with Disney Plus because China money. So, but Gina Carano did a tweet that was offending some people somewhere that we don't know, but we're offended that someone else could be offended. So we got to cancel Gina Carano.
It's so selective. It's
Yeah.
like, it's so insane.
It's insane. So these unhinged journalists, my goodness. American B Savage says, I don't really care about full name being said, just don't want accused of clout chasing Buddy Brown. Take this and get yourself and Soy Freya a secret stash from my cookie dealer on Sunday. Smash the potato. I mean, like, all right, well, that was a lot there.
I feel like a lot of that was in code.
That was very encoded, right? Like,
Yeah.
What does it
talking
mean?
about drugs.
What does it mean? And this was an earlier super chat. So what were we even talking about? I don't even know.
Cookies.
Chasing Buddy Brown. But I will take your super chat, American B Savage, and of course I will say your full name because you requested that I do so yesterday. Or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. But anyway, we got another one. White lasagna. I heard coffee ice cream. Guess what I made today? You did say you got some Crigler coffee and you were gonna make coffee ice cream. How did it turn out? Why didn't you at least
how do you
tell me
even do that?
how it turned out? I don't even know. But White lasagna, he's the one who got me this die, and this is part of the show. So you're gonna say when, and I'm gonna roll the die when you say it. Okay. I'm waiting for you to say it.
I'm making you wait a long time. When?
God. All right, the dice has been rolled. Y'all know the deal. The dice has been rolled. So, everyone's the guesses are coming in. You win absolutely nothing.
Wait, what's it between 1 and?
It's between 1 and 20. You want to take a stab at it?
11.
Okay. The guess has been made, and we've got a winner already. Wow, very nice. Denver Diaz, congratulations. You won absolutely nothing. It was 9, and don't spend it all in the same spot, but congratulations. I said your name live on air. All right, Matthew Hammond says, hearing Tom McDonald reaction videos makes me think that the media is the main issue with race relations. Oh, you think? Absolutely. Absolutely. And shout out to Tom McDonald. You know Tom McDonald?
I know a Tom McDonald.
Okay.
I probably don't know.
Musician.
Okay, no.
Rapper. Okay. He's this guy. He just spits straight fire. He's probably one of my favorite musicians. All around musicians right now. Like when I get in my car, the CD is Tom McDonald's album.
Wow.
One of them on a constant rotation because he's calling out the issues of the day. I feel like you would probably like him because I mean he's calling out other rappers for pushing drinking alcohol and objectifying women and calling out the music industry for ruining it for musicians, and you should be independent and do it yourself, and calling out politicians, calling out cancel culture, calling out
reminds me of Bryson Gray. Like he does that a lot. Like you actually want to listen to his lyrics, and he's actually really good.
It's kind of like Bryson with less about God and less about MAGA.
Okay.
And yeah, but I could see what you're saying. Yeah, it's similar. They are both based in the new form of what it is. Mark G says, "How dare you? I love milk and milk is great." Okay. Dude, that's fine.
We got a milk boy over here.
It's Mark Milk G now. All right, that's it. Or Milk G. I'm just gonna call you Milk G now, dude. You did it to yourself. His name's Mark G. Now it's Milk G. All right, dog. You've got yourself a nickname. Jared says, "Wow, shout out to Anthony Cumia. How about Ant coming on Adamcast?"
Oh, yeah. I think you would enjoy him.
Sure. Okay. Could you maybe link us up?
Oh, yeah.
Little connection. I got connections. I'm connected now. Let's see. The Magnum Express says Tuesday's interview was awesome. $5 in the swear jar for Chrissie. Yeah. Well, in her defense, we didn't really have time to talk before 6:30 for me to be like, hey, by the way, please don't swear on my show.
I'm doing
I
pretty
didn't
good.
I didn't actually ask her not to. So it was pretty good. You actually were doing a great job not swearing, because on your show we kind of were a
We
little
went nuts.
I don't swear, but I do swear for people who don't know. I mean, I do swear. I have a
Do you
filter though.
swear? I
I swear.
swear.
Oh God, no. Moving on. Moving on. Slick Boss Man says, Adam, they are starting to go after guns now. Dianne Feinstein just introduced an assault weapons ban, and it's as bad as it sounds. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not even surprised at this point. It's ridiculous. J Max says, you can say but not whole. That's what the FCC told me. Anyway, this whole woe is me coming from the most elite people in the world is so blatant BS. It's split in your face, insulting, all to distract that they're the friends of the Epsteins of the world. Nailed it. I think we actually even talked about that
Nailed it.
after, through the conversation. Oh man, so have we been breaking the rules by saying but and also including the whole? I'm not sure. It's way too late. So it
Is
doesn't
it
matter.
butthole? Like, should we be saying anus? To me, anus is dirtier.
It's all about perspective. I mean, people
Yeah.
they freak out about literally everything they can now, right? And that's really the problem. It's like, stop it. Goodness sakes.
Supposedly there are Epstein Islands like all over the world. Like that's not the only one. There's like
Really?
ones in Europe. Yeah, there's like many like that. They're all connected.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. It also scares me. Matthew Hammond says Megan was on Suits and was one of the worst actors. I've never seen Suits,
Yes, I forgot
but
about that.
I hear it wasn't bad though, right? I That it was
Oh
good and it
yeah,
got
I
canceled
heard
or
people.
something.
I heard people talk about Suits. Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I don't know about it much, but so she's an actress.
Yeah,
But she was a terrible actress, right? So she's still a terrible actress.
imagine you're married to an actress and you're like, you can't really like, you know what I mean? How do you ever know if somebody really likes you if they're just acting?
Interesting.
The
All right.
role of a lifetime, princess.
Yeah. Goodness sakes. Well, she nailed it. She got she made him give up tea.
Tea.
Yeah, tea.
What about coffee?
No coffee. Only
What?
water. Only water. No. No alcohol, no tea, no coffee. You drink water now.
She better
Oh
be
yeah, and
stellar in bed.
no more hunting.
Wow.
He was an avid hunter, no longer.
I don't understand.
I feel for the hunter. See, I'm the vegan. I feel for the hunter, man. Like, dude, come on.
Give up
Let's
tea.
man hunt.
Come on.
He's a
let the
hunter. He's
man
been hunting his whole
drink a
life.
cup of tea.
Okay, let him have tea. He's English. How are you going to stop an Englishman from having tea? Come on. Huh? I do know one thing. They like their tea over there.
She probably said to him, "Look, Harry, it's either tea or porn. You got to give up one."
But no, it's probably tea or me.
Oh.
That's probably what it was. Yeah. Let's see. Robert Weil says she's funny, hot, smart, cares about the country. Where the heck you find her? Never thought you could be blessed, you two. I hope get my new leg approved soon. Well, I mean, she's on the internet. You can go follow her if you want. There she is.
I'm here. Come get me.
Yeah, have fun. But don't actually go get her. I don't. This is the internet. Careful what you say, right?
Come find me.
Oh gosh. Vash says I'll be in my bunk. Okay. Have fun. Paper City Gamer Jeff says just bought some fake news and coffee mug. I love a good coffee mug. Thank you, Paper City Gamer Jeff. That's awesome. For those who don't know, my coffee mug is now officially on the site. It is really nice. It came out so much nicer. I just got them today, so
wow.
I hadn't seen them.
Put it up really, really close.
Let me hold on. Let me steal the camera for a second, and just so. I got my Crigler coffee.
Ooh.
My mom actually designed that label.
Wow.
Right? And if you look down at the bottom,
Crigler's mom.
There's a little American flag. You can't really see it, but it says "Made in the USA."
The best part,
dude. That was one of my. If I'm selling stuff, which I want to, I'm selling coffee. Obviously, the beans come from elsewhere, but it's an American company, and I was like, man, if I'm gonna be selling stuff, it's got to be American made. and it is. So that's why it took a little longer, but worth it to me.
I gotta get
Uh,
one.
Thank you, and thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the support. Mavis says the good thing about Cuomo's scandal is that now he's in a hurry to open up. We're 2 accusers away from opening up to 25% capacity in restaurants.
That's
Oh
great.
goodness.
Maybe I should come out. He likes redheads.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever met him? I mean, I'm sure
No.
just being in his presence, man, someone I've been seeing these memes of people taking Pepe Le Pew, his head,
Oh, yep.
and superimposing it on Cuomo, on Biden, and the
Mhm.
different like things that Biden has done and Cuomo has done, and it is so bad. It's like, oh yeah. And by the way, Pepe Le Pew always got outsmarted by the cat, and it was to
Oh,
show
yeah.
how sleazy a person can be.
He was a
So,
hopeless romantic.
but he was also kind of pushy and gross in a
He
sense,
just
and it's
maybe
like,
he was Italian. You never know.
whoa. I'm not sure what that means.
I'm a Pepe Le Pew apologist.
Are you? Clearly you are. They're gonna
Like,
clip
he
that and
just
be like,
loves
"How dare
women.
she?
Yeah.
He just wants to love. He
Yeah. He
just
has
wants
so
to."
much love to give.
My goodness. Let's see. Dan Tolan says, "Adam, cheers. This chick is kind of funny." Well, he nailed it. It's
Kind of.
kind of.
Kind
Yeah,
of. That's
kind of.
fair. That's,
You know,
yeah.
it's a process to become funny. Not everyone's got it.
I've been funnier.
Yeah. It's good that, acceptance is the first step, right? Let's see. My Chrissy thirst came from Jer Bear's stream. I don't know your name because it's in Japanese, but one of these days you're gonna have to
Konnichiwa.
include how to pronounce your name because you do super chats sometimes, and I appreciate your support, and I would love to say your name. So, but it's thank you for that though. I appreciate that. Let's see. John L says Birdwatch is straight up out of Mao's Little Red Book during the Cultural Revolution. Kids were getting
Wow.
their parents arrested and executed for going against the party. Orthodoxy. 20 million people died. It's pretty insane, and
That's
that's
so
why
what's happening. Yeah.
I wanted to sign up, because if they denied me, it would have been like, see, they denied me. But then they accepted me and I got into the program today. And this was a month ago they introduced this.
Wow.
And I was like, good, so I can at least bring the counter, narrative. Like someone posted fact, like Joe Biden is one of the most racist and like bigoted commenting president in history, because of, if you look at the history of the things that he said said some crazy
Oh,
racist
yeah.
stuff. Like,
Oh,
it's
sure.
insane. So I fact checked it. I'm like, I've seen the clips of Biden saying these things myself, and that was my first and only Birdwatch so far. But
Wow.
yeah, it was good. I'm using my powers for good.
Maybe I wonder if they would accept me. I'm going to try out.
Yeah, you should try it. Why not? I don't know how to do it now. You probably just go to Birdwatch on
.com.
well, you can go to my page on Twitter, and I actually retweeted it with an image. Wait, I'm gonna just share my screen so everyone can see this, because it's kind of fun. Share screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. So this is my tweet. I had my buddy Zertis or Andreas
That's cool.
put my face on He-Man. I have the power.
Wow.
And this is Birdwatch telling me, welcome to Birdwatch. You can now add context to tweets and rate notes on the Birdwatch site. Let's see.
Wow.
You can probably go to Birdwatch and want to help. You probably sign up right here. So it's pinned on the top. January 25th. So the day that they came out with this, I actually reported on it, and I was like, this is pretty scary that they're introducing this. I'm gonna definitely sign up. And I got in. Nice. I got in.
Nice.
All right, let's see. The DCS says, hey, you used to work for the TOH.
Oh my God, yes. I was a Town of Hempstead lifeguard. It was my first job ever.
A lifeguard. This person recognized you as a lifeguard.
That's actually fucking awesome. I'm sorry. What's their name?
This is the DCS 007.
Oh, I wish I had a real name, because you know what I mean? Lifeguarding is so much like high school. Like, it's your first whatever. Like, I remember so many names of people from lifeguarding.
That's
And
cool.
like I saved like 5 people.
Wow, awesome.
I remember I was saving this
Good for you.
kid in the dive tank. We had something called the 5 flap rule. So if they flap, time to be like, all
5
right, let's
times.
go. We're
Like,
going
all
in.
right, I'm
Yeah, I saved this 15-year-old kid from the dive tank, and I swear to God, he like grabbed my tit, and I couldn't figure out if he was like really just drowning or like
sure.
the most clever lad in the world. I was
But
like,
he was like, I need mouth to
you,
mouth. I need mouth to mouth. I can't
yeah,
breathe. I need it
it
right now.
was fun.
He got you.
It was a
Come
good
on, we know
time.
it. Come on, he did it.
Yeah, and I was also a diving coach for like years. It was so fun. It was the best job.
That's cool. Cool. People recognize you from from way back when. There you
Big
go.
deal. Wow, that's really exciting.
John L says, I'm giving a lecture series on the Civil War next week, and all I want to do is scream at the top of my lungs that Democrats have weaponized race since the party's inception. But
Wow.
I kind of like my job. You know what? You have to do it in subtle ways, John. And maybe you should record it. Why wouldn't you record it and maybe put it online? Start a a docu-series about your lectures. I don't know if you're legally allowed to do that because I know you work for a school. He's actually a historian that works in New York
Wow.
State. I don't think New
Cool.
York City, somewhere outside New York, if I recall. I don't remember exactly where, but I'm pretty sure in New York. Yeah. American B Savage says, my cookie dealer is an online cookie dealer. A secret stash is a random pack of 10 cookies. Ah, thank you for clarifying, American B Savage. I would never have guessed that at all. I had no idea what you were talking about before, but thank you for the clarification. Shane says, effing milk drinkers, shaking my head. Hey, man, no, to each their own, dude. To each their own.
Drink your milk.
I'm a libertarian foodie.
Some people can handle milk better, like
True.
like depending on where they're from, what their whatever background is. Yeah, people can handle different food easier.
Yep. Yeah, to each their own, man. I don't discriminate. You eat what you want. I don't care. Batgo said, spin it, good sir. Well, I will do that, good sir. I didn't even notice. It wasn't really spinning.
Oh, your UFO?
Yeah, and then my UFO. You know about the UFO, right? Check that.
That's pretty
UFO.
neat. How did you spin it?
So I've got this handy dandy. It's actually to like clear dust out of your keyboards and like.
I have the same one
like
in my nightstand. It does something else though.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. I don't know if the
dust.
UFO would appreciate that kind of spin, but who knows? I mean, maybe. I don't,
Does it vibrate?
I've never communicated with this kind of alien. See, I would like to communicate to know. No, it doesn't vibrate, but goodness sakes. Let's see. Versified says, one day after the daily dice game, you'll quote Gene Wilder. You get nothing. You win. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Or ma'am. Man, I love Gene Wilder. I'm really sad that I never got to meet him because he was probably my original like favorites growing up. Like I remember watching Young Frankenstein and like Blazing Saddles and Willy Wonka.
Wow.
Yeah, I just really liked Gene Wilder. I think he's just a fantastic guy. So, Gentleman Warfighter says, Captain Kriggs curses like a sailor. Not really, but he speaks much more freely when gaming with the boys. I'll see myself out. It's true. It's true. On my Twitch channel, I don't have my filter on. The filter comes off. The YouTube, I keep it kosher, if you will, family friendly over here. Taco Tuesday says, hey Adam, love the show. I see you play Call of Duty a lot. I was wondering if I could get in some games with you, if that's possible. Yeah, actually, if you just tune in on my Twitch stream, I usually go live around between 9 and 10 p.m. On my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Adam Crigler. And I play different games with my buddy Frank. And sometimes my buddy Tick joins in and we real life buddies. And it's fun to play. And sometimes we have somebody, Jake Hopkins, has been joining us lately. And yeah, I'm starting to let people join me and it's fun. So just tune in and maybe you'll get the chance. John L says, royalty in the 1300s. You will bow before me, peasant. Royalty today. If I stop drinking coffee, maybe she'll touch my pee-pee this month. It's kind of sad.
Harry, I'll touch your pee-pee. Shoot me an email. You can't have a baby though, because it would come out clear. You can't have two redheads reproducing.
Is that a fact or
It's a
is that
fact. You can't have two gingers.
no? The world
I
would
can't
end.
believe Markle was there. Oh, that somebody's worried about the baby's skin color. Anytime you reproduce with a ginger, no, the ginger always wins. The ginger genes
Really? See,
donkey
I
punch
think
the
that
other
story,
genes.
I don't believe her. I think that's
I don't
BS.
either.
I
I don't
feel
either.
like she made that up. And everyone over in the royalty is like, we don't care. Like, what are you talking about? No one said that.
They're
No
like,
one
we
cares about
changed
that.
the locks anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. We just didn't trust her because she's a grifter. Well, they didn't say that, but that's what I believe. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, "Hello, first time watching your live stream. Your content seems super chill. Keep doing your thing." Well, I promise you this, Mr. Fantastic Mr. Knox. I will do exactly that. Thank you for your compliment and
He
thanks
said
for
it
tuning in.
seems chill.
Hey. Sometimes it isn't. All right? Sometimes it isn't. All right? We're chill, but sometimes the temperature gets turned up a little bit. That's okay. Sometimes I snap up. Ooh, we have a name. The DCS 007 has given you the first name,
Oh my God.
David.
Oh, come on.
That's it.
Well, if
That's
he
all he
could
gave
tell
us.
me what pool he worked
Well, he
at.
doesn't want to dox himself.
Oh,
This
right.
is my full name,
Well,
you know.
he could say what pool he worked at without doxing himself.
Well, did he
It's
work
either
there? He didn't say that he actually
Oceanside,
worked there. He just
you know,
knew you. Maybe he was
Oceanside.
maybe he's a 15-year-old.
Oh,
Was
maybe
his
I
name
saved
David?
him. Maybe
Did you touch her boob?
maybe I coached
David, did you
him.
touch her boob? Come on, admit it.
There was either Oceanside, the East Meadow pool, which was veterans, and then any of the other Echo pool. I would
Yeah.
know people from that.
Wouldn't that be a trip if he was like, I recognize you because you were the first boob I touched.
No, right? Yeah.
I got to first base. Or is that second base? Kissing first? I don't know the
In the
base.
pool, it's first base. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Shane Curewood says, no, missed the Skyrim reference. Shaking my head even more now. Oh, I'm sorry, Shane. I kind of want to go see what you were talking about. Oh, I see. Yes, the milk drinkers. I get it. Sorry, I totally missed it. My bad. It's been a while since I played Skyrim, so apologies. Jin Okubo says, thank you for reading my super chat the other day. PDF People's Defense Fund. Basically, it is a fund to help regular people who suffer defamation. Just started, but trying to do my part. Love your show. Thank you very much, Jin. I appreciate that. And that's a very noble task that you're doing, helping regular people, because regular people do face defamation all the time. And it gets worse and worse, probably the more you are known in the world. But cancel culture, literally anyone can be affected. As you know, John L., he's a small I don't want to say small town, but somewhere in New York State. He is a history teacher. Like, he doesn't have a presence online as far as I know, although I basically just told him to do it. But who knows? If he said he likes his job, if he would just tell the truth about what the Democrats did in the past, he fears of losing his job. But that
Wow.
kind of stuff happens, so
Well,
this is the kind of thing that we need.
create a fake Twitter handle, like call it like History Truther, or like, I don't know,
Maybe. Yeah.
Cat Turd 3. I don't know.
Cat Turd 3, The Return. Let's see. Jesus says, have some dough on the house. I wish you and Chrissy an awesome day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. David Nash coming in hot with I touched it. Super chat.
What did he touch?
Your boob.
My boob.
Your boob. It was your boob.
Wow, it was him the whole time.
Oh, wait, hold on. David, the DCS 007, came in hot saying he was the assistant program coordinator for the diving program. David.
Oh my God, but at what pool? Or like the whole program?
Assistant program coordinator for the diving program, which you said you were part of.
I ran it. I had like
sounds like you're lying now.
Championship
you didn't know who
team.
David was. You didn't know David. Clearly didn't know your
maybe
entire
he's not
team.
Memorable.
Oh, sorry, David.
Sick burn.
Ouch. Oof.
I would know your face, David, for sure. Send me a dick pic. I'll recognize
this
you.
This is perfect. Javi J says, your girl got sandlotted. Wendy Peppercorn oiling and smiling and oiling. Yep. And
I got peppercorned.
You got peppercorned, yo. Yeah. I actually had a band for a hot second with a couple of my buddies in New York called the Peppercorns. And That was a good couple months. I was the lead singer. It was very poppy. Anyway, what a fun time. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's
Man, that was a
over.
pleasure. I'm gonna give you the camera right now. I want you to tell everyone you could redo all of your dates. Tell people where to find you, what you're up
Ooh.
to. I'm gonna give you the camera right now
Oh my
and give you a
gosh.
chance to just have at it.
My gosh, wow, I can do anything. I can do anything. All right. Check out my website, chrissiemayr.com, to get all my dates. I do stand up all over this wonderful country. Morris Plains, New Jersey, Comedians of the Compound. That's on March 20th. Then Florida. I'm doing the Boca Black Box on 4:30. 5-1 Lake Park Black Box in Palm Beach, Florida. 5-2 is Side Splitters in Tampa. 5-9 Oklahoma City. May 14th and 15th, Comedians of the Compound coming to Austin, Texas. 5-18 Zanies in Nashville. 5-19 Stand Up Live in Huntsville, Alabama. And then June 3rd, Hilarities in Cleveland. And then I'm going to be in Wilmington, Delaware, I think April 23rd and 24th at the House of Laughs. Check out the Chrissie Mayr podcast on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud. Yeah, check out the Adam Crigler episode. It was awesome. We talk about his modeling career and other things. And yeah, the Wet Spot on Compound Media, Mondays at 7:30. It's a sex, dating, relationship advice show, and that's super fun. If you liked old school Howard Stern and like porn stars and like some nudity, then that's the show for you.
Fun. Hey, I saw you got Jordan Peterson's new book.
Oh yeah. Oh, this.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
We're such
I see you. I
nerds.
see you over there. Yeah.
Nerds.
I'm
What
hyped.
page you on? I'm only on page.
Yeah, look, what is this page called?
I'm on this page. It's technically page 6, but I had to read all this to get
Oh no,
here.
this is like I'm on the inside cover. That's where I'm at. I got it just to look cool.
Nerds. I know.
No, I'm gonna get to it eventually. I just the other things I'm in the middle of. But
I actually had the other book. I had the other book on audio, and I remember I would always listen to it like in the bathtub, but now I want to buy it because I want to just like have it and then like highlight, memorable points. Yeah, I gotta highlight the goodies.
True that. Well, thank you all for joining us. I appreciate you joining me, Chrissy. That was a lot of fun. And,
thanks for having me. I'm sorry I cursed.
That's okay. That's all right. It happens. And whatever, the podcast was fun. The show was great. So I regret nothing. And so it's all good. Don't worry. And you can follow me tomorrow. I've got Ian Crossland joining me. It's jam night. He's going to play a song or two. I'm going to play a song or two. He's going to do his singing behind some of my songs because he's got some cool parts that, it just really ramps up the song. It's going to be really fun. Tune in tomorrow, 6:30 here at Adamcast. And then, of course, you can watch me on my Twitch channel later on tonight. So thank you all for joining, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.